I'm not slouching this time. I am not slouching this time, goddammit. That is not happening. I'm sitting correctly. And I will sit correctly forever. So, have you guys noticed that Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush has returned to the mainstream? Because it has. And it has because of Stranger Things. Isn't that epic? I think it is. And to celebrate that fact, I would probably react to the album it came from, or something. But unfortunately, I have listened to like 90% of Kate Bush's catalog, and that includes Hounds of Love. So, too late. Too late. Sad smiley face. But fortunately, Björk is Kate Bush too. And no, I will not elaborate on that.
Another reason to listen to her debut is that Björk will be releasing a new album really soon. I knew about that for a while, but completely forgot to mention it during the recording. Whoopsie daisy.
Björk's albums are almost all bolded on Rate Your Music, which means she has at least a few decent songs. The only Björk album I have heard was 2015's Volnicura, and I only heard it because it was on Fantano's best albums of the decade list. I didn't know how to search for good music back then, sue me, and I have heard it like about a year ago at this point, and the only thing I remember from it is that it was pretty dreary, but I have also heard that her catalog isn't really reflected by that album, so take that for what you will, I guess. This album is about 15 minutes long. It has 11 tracks, with them being 4 to 5 minutes long on average. It came out in 1993 on one little Indian record label, as well as the Elektra record label, which also is the record label that Tones and I's debut album came out. So hopefully this one will be better. Let's find out. But first, I'll cover review. Yeah, based on my last video, some of you probably expected me to also hate this cover, but guess what? I like this one. For one, it doesn't look nearly as scuffed and somewhat uncanny like the Watsky one. Number two, the color palette is a bit more interesting than that of a piece of paper with a drawing on it. Number 3. It doesn't have text on it that doesn't really fit. I get that you want to put the name of the album somewhere, but I don't think it was a good idea to do that in bolded letters and with coloring that doesn't really make sense. Number 4. Her sweater is much more pleasant to look at than whatever Watsky was wearing. Those are fake Jordans, people! Wake the fuck up! Sheeple! Come on! And number 5. Björk's cover is almost symmetrical, and Watsky's isn't at all. It's overall much better to look at. Thumbs up for Björk's album cover. Also, probably should have explained at some point that I am wearing this to not get a fucking thing on my hand. I will admit I screwed up the last video's rating system with trying to make them as obtuse and weird as possible just for the sake of it. I'm sorry for that. This time I will make it much simpler by just using these 3. Green, thumbs up for positive feelings on a track, which will mean 7 out of 10 upwards. The second one is a spinning gray toms that mean mixed feelings on a track, 4 out of 10 to a 6 out of 10. And 3 red thumbs down for negative feelings on a track, 3 out of 10 downward. These 3 sound much better than whatever I was doing last time, and hopefully you will enjoy this video as if it didn't happen. Okay. The first track is Human Behavior, and also one of 4 singles from here. Let's begin. The aesthetic of the music video is pretty cool. The fact that the Genius page for this song includes just gibberish, it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. The instrumental is a bit quiet in an odd way. I don't hate it, but there are some sounds in the background that I would prefer to hear a bit more, I guess. There's like a minute left. I almost thought it was going to end. Okay, alright. There are so many things to pick apart here, and I'd say most elements of this single are pretty great, but I guess a pretty major flaw is that the instrumental was a bit too quiet in my opinion, and the lyrics are pretty abstract, but I don't know if there's any point to them. This song is good. I like this song. I don't think it's perfect. It could be a bit more powerful with its instrumentals and production, really. But Björk's voice was pretty captivating, even where she was incoherent. The instrumentals were pretty groovy. I didn't care how they were implemented into the song, really, but I like them anyway. I would give this song a thumbs up for sure. It will probably grow on me with repeated listens, but for now I'm almost leaning on a gray thumbs down. What? On mixed feelings on it. Yeah. Yeah. Pretty good start to this album, I'd say. Thumbs up. Oh yeah, okay, now I get it. It was her perceiving adults as a kid. Now I get it. Because she never said that in a song, but now with me remembering the song and the lyrics together, it makes a bit more sense to say the lyrics refer to something more specific than just some abstract idea. If I had to give this song a score, it would be a 7.5 to an 8. It was pretty great, even if I had some issues with it. Track 2, Crying, presumably in the club. My god. The groove here is impeccable. I love it quite a bit. This is pretty enchanting. I love it. I love it quite a bit. Oh my god, the vibes here are top notch. And there's a minute left. Ooh, yeah, let's go. That was fucking awesome. Holy shit. Wow, the production and instrumentals were so much better than the first song. I am in awe of how great that came together, honestly. Um, the lyrics deal with her longing for someone and feeling a bit abandoned while still being surrounded by people she doesn't even know, really. Yeah, it's a pretty interesting song, both from its lyrical themes and definitely from its sound and groove. And I'm going to give this song a thumbs up as well, but this time I'm feeling like a 9 out of 10 on it. It was pretty stellar. Stellar, I'll say it. Track 3, the second single, Venus as a Boy. The music video is pretty strange. It includes eggs. Epic. I don't know what to say so far. Pretty strange and specific lyrics with a pretty strange and specific music video. I guess that's what I should be expecting from Björk now. Is that why the music video is centered around eggs? Oh my god. I don't want to think about that for very long. Continue. The instrumentals are pretty cool. They're not super overblown or grand, but they have enough charm for me to say they they're pretty epic. Yeah, I know. Damn, she can sing really well. Yeah, that was peculiar. Yeah, this song works pretty well. I'd say it works pretty well. The instrumentals are pretty lavish. Björk does amazingly. She sells every word she says, even if it's incoherent. And yeah, I love this song, even if it's a bit strange, you know, in ways I don't find comforting. uh, uh, um, so I give it a thumbs up, a thumbs up. I would give it like an 8 to an 8.5. Pretty good single as well. Next song was apparently recorded live. Let's see what it does. Okay. What? So she actually did sneak out of the party. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. That was the most. That was one of the most unique songs probably I've ever heard. The groove is pretty amazing. The recording being stopped out of nowhere is pretty amazing as well. It's, it all comes together so well. Like the two choruses that just come together. Again, amazing. I have like next to no complaints here. And I would give this song like either a 8.5 or a 9, and I am leaning towards a 9 a bit more, but overall thumbs up. Would would listen again and again and again. Track 5, Like Someone in Love. Okay. It's pretty aggressive. I don't know why I think that, but I do think that it is pretty aggressive, not in a bad way, but already her singing and the instrumentals, I guess it's a harp, I think that's what it's called, are pretty um loud. I don't know. Was this done in one take? I think so. I appreciate how passionate and somewhat harmonious that was, but I don't think it came amazingly as a song. It was pretty repetitive, and I don't think I had the greatest time listening to it. It was pretty good. I don't hate it at all. I think I'll just give it like here, somewhere in the middle. I guess 6 or 6.5 out of 10. It it was cool. It might grow on me with more listens, but now I'm just kinda on it, to be honest. Track number 6 is apparently another single, but the music video for it isn't on the official Björk channel. Oh my god, it is so grand right off the bat. I love it. Damn. Man, that was epic as hell. Yeah, that was uh, 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 pretty, pretty flawless. Pretty flawless. Like, I have no complaints here. The lyrics are pretty clever, with her talking about being shy but still wanting to uh, go forward. Her singing was passionate as hell. I love it to bits, and I'm going to give this one a thumbs up and a 9.5. It was probably my favorite track so far. Gotta give it a pretty high score for that. I don't know what to say beyond that. God damn. This is incredibly lush, and I love it. Oh my god, that's the name of the next song. How meta indeed. Alright, okay. This song is a bit too repetitive for me. I don't think it needed to be over 5 minutes. And it is. So the lyrics are pretty curious, with her presumably talking to the baby that was sampled at the start. and talking about how it will grow up to be something special. I guess there is not super whole lot to say about the lyrics. They work pretty well, and I'm not gonna judge them too hard. So my one major problem with this song is that it didn't need to be about 5 minutes long, but with what it is, I would give it like an 8 out of 10.
And also a thumbs up.
Again, I love this track, I love what it brings, but the execution leaves a bit to be desired. Not a whole lot. I just think it was too long. And that's it. Everything else was pretty much spectacular. It's just that one thing that's kinda about it. Next song is Aeroplane, and maybe it'll say something about that baby living its life or something. Pretty cool instrumentals.
I miss you terribly when you're away.
I guess I like each section of the instrumentals, but I don't think they come together really well. Somewhat awkwardly, even. It doesn't ruin it, it's just that it's a bit odd how it comes together.
One word on the phone makes me happy. I cross the world to follow my heart.
Elevator music now. Okay. So I guess this song can be
Interpreted.
as the second part or an epilogue to the last track, but I wouldn't say it's pretty obvious. In other words, this could be just an unrelated scenario where she misses her partner and wants to travel by an aeroplane to him. So this was a bit vague, which is alright. And the instrumentals were a bit
Rickety.
and I don't think they complemented the song really. I guess they gave off the idea of waiting, I guess, but I wouldn't say I love them at all. Overall, a pretty good song, but yeah, I'm not head over heels for it, and I still will give it a thumbs up, but I will give this one a 7 out of 10. It was alright. It was alright. Next song, Come to Me. Hmm. She sure does love making long outros to pretty much every song here. That's a style. Cheers to that. Yeah, that was pretty low key, pretty straightforward, and pretty well produced. In this song, she talks about how she would take care of someone if they came to her, and that's pretty cool. This song can get a thumbs up, and I'm feeling like an 8 or a 8.5 out of 10 on this song. Yeah, this song was a good time. I like it overall. So for the next song, there is an unofficial music video, but it's not 5 minutes long, which is supposedly the official version. So I'm just gonna listen to it later, I guess. Oh my god. What she's doing here is quite amazing. Quite epic, quite whatever. Great. She is slowing down for the verse, but the beat isn't stopping for her, which makes me excited more than if it didn't. Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. Anyway, what she did here is pretty engaging, I'll say that. That part was straight up amazing. And it's over. Oh my god. That made me hype for straight 5 minutes, and it was amazing throughout. For me, the appeal of the song
mostly comes down to
the beat and the pacing of the whole song, which was pretty impressive and engaging at the same time. Yeah, I think it's really one of my favorite songs here, to be honest, and I'm going to give this a thumbs up. And my god, this was a great experience. 8.5 to a 9 out of 10. Alright, time for the closer, the encore song. Okay. Alright.
And during the night, I dive into it. This is my home. I live by the ocean. I dive into
Hmm. Okay. That was incredibly strange. And also a bit goofy. Speaking of the instrumentals. Although this song is pretty obtuse and the instrumentals kind of sound like us, it strangely works pretty nicely. The lyrics
dealing with
her diving into the concept of diving into the ocean makes the presumed sailors that are playing these instruments a bit more convincing. This is probably the strangest song on the whole album, but when I think about what this song does right, I think it does include being pretty potent, and I will definitely give this song a thumbs up and like, I don't know, a 9 out of 10. Holy crap, what an ending! What an ending, my god. Really, really enjoyed that. I really did. So, overall, what do I think about Björk's debut? After one more listen, I'd say it's pretty good. The songs do follow a pretty straightforward structure most of the time, but Björk fills these songs with so much strangeness and groovy production that you can't resist it. You just can't. I'd say only a few times her attempts at strangeness don't work, such as on Like Someone in Love, where she strains a harp and doesn't really fit on it. I didn't give any of these songs a 10 out of 10, but a few of them I gave a 9 out of 10, and I see myself giving even more better scores in the future, because this album does show promise. The instrumentals were pretty groovy, her singing was pretty expressive and passionate, and the song topics were pretty strange but still captivating. The debut deals with love, and it does that pretty well with some pretty abstract ideas here and there. So for now, after 2 listens, I would give this album a light 8, and I will continue enjoying it into the future. So that's it for Björk's debut called Debut. If you want to see more reactions to her work from me, comment that you want to see that. For the love of God, I am not very consistent with my choices on picking video topics. Okay, so if you would want to see more of my content that tackles Björk's work, just, like the video, subscribe, comment that you want to see that, and have a good day. Yeah. Okay, that's enough of that. I am Funky Blood. Video over. And also follow me on Twitter, god damn it.